Welcome back in live to another episode of Rocket Boys Football. We're coming at you today with the 2022 NFL mock draft for the Houston Texans. This team needs a lot of work. It's no secret. Deshaun Watson, we're not really sure what's going on with him. If I'm the GM, I'm trying to trade him for whatever I can get, cut ties, and really start this rebuild. I don't see him putting on a Houston Texans jersey anymore. We have the third pick right now as it stands. I don't see it really falling much farther than that with one game left. And again, I'm not even opposed to trading out of this third pick if we don't like the prospects that are on the board. If we get a good offer that allows us to acquire some more picks, we're going to fire this one up. We might get a trade offer that we like here, and we could just take it. Aiden Hutchinson, Kevon Thibodeau go. We don't get a trade offer. I think Evan Neal's the pick here. He's going to be a stud left tackle. Great size, great feet, great athleticism. There's no knock on this dude. I think he's head and shoulders the best tackle in this class. We address it now. Laramie Tunsil, there's a lot of question marks. Titus Howard, I don't mind him. Marcus Cannon's, I think, 33 years old at this point. Let's check his age. Marcus Cannon's 33 years old. He's been around a lot. You only have him through 2023. I think Evan Neal's the pick here. He's the best prospect on the board. If we're not getting offers, I think we're taking Evan Neal there. And we're really looking to build around Davis Mills, who we've seen show that he can start at the NFL level. He's one of the better rookie quarterbacks, especially with not a great receiving core. And running game's been just an absolute joke. So I don't hate it. Let's build around Davis Mills, try to get him some good talent to work with. Kenny Pickett falls here, of course. I wouldn't hate the Kenny Pickett pick. All right, we're looking here. Trayvon Walker's a guy who he's a big edge defender. They have him listed at D tackle. I think he's around 275. I don't hate him outside. He's been very impressive for Georgia. Yeah, I see him a little bit more like a 3-tech. He can rush the passer a lot. Drake Jackson's another guy who's really interesting, has phenomenal physical traits, just hasn't put that into production on the field. You saw it as a true freshman. People started raving about him. He's doing back handsprings, great length, great get off. We just haven't seen him put that into good film. And that's a little bit concerning. That being said, I don't think he's a bad prospect. I think you pick him, you develop him, and I don't hate that. Again, if we're getting like a Nakobe Dean that falls or Traylon Burks that falls, I think those are some really good picks. They almost fell to us here. Look at the linebacker class. Christian Harris, another guy who physically very, very impressive, just hasn't really put it together. I like Jordan Battle. Not seeing anybody that just absolutely jumps out. We're going to go back to the big board and we're going to check out what our options are. Mijai Sanders, I think he recorded 10 pressures against Alabama. Pretty impressive. Jonathan Grenard's been solid. I think he has 8 sacks on the season. But outside of that, the pass rush game has been nothing to write home about. And I don't really hate. I think we're going to go up and get Mijai Sanders. The sack production for the Houston Texans hasn't been good, as we just talked about. Jonathan Grenard, who I liked out of Florida, has 8 sacks on the year. He leads the team, and he's been good. Let's give him another running mate who can get sack production. He showed he can do it against solid tackles against Alabama. I was impressed with what I saw from him on film, so we're going to go and get him. I think now we're going to look to see if we can get a wide receiver that falls to us. If you don't take him at 3, like the Texans are in kind of a weird spot. If you don't take a wide receiver at 3, which I don't think there's ever a time where you do, it's going to be kind of tough sledding to get a good tackle that falls here early second, or a good wideout that falls here early second. Let's check the wide receiving list. Justin Ross, I can't get myself to pull the trigger on him. He looks so good as a true freshman. Injuries, and then this year with inconsistent quarterback play, he had some drops. Didn't really create separation. I can't get myself to pick him. Breece Hall here falling to the 3rd round is interesting. I'm not a huge fan of taking a running back this high because I do like a lot of other prospects, including Zach Charbonnet. Brees Hall has tremendous contact balance. Led the country last year in yards after contact. Can break tackles. Doesn't have quite the top end speed to hit the home runs consistently, but we saw him hit a few. Catches the ball very well. Was just a feature in that Iowa State offense for the last 2 years. Extremely, extremely impressive guy. I think we can pick him. I mean, we got David Johnson and Rex Burkhead both. They're both, I think, 30, right? Let's see if we can find them here. David Johnson's 30. Rex Burkhead has to be 30 at this point. Royce Freeman's kind of a third down back. I don't really love him. And they must have signed Rex Burkhead at the minimum here. Yeah, 31, 1 year, not getting paid much. Rex, he's been good for you guys. But I think Brees Hall's a dynamite pick. He's a second round. I have a second round grade on him. I have him as the second running back prospect after Kenneth Walker. He kind of do it all for you. And I really like him there. Kyron Williams is another guy I like. So if you don't pick a running back there, I don't hate a Zach Charbonnet. I don't hate a Ky. I like Zach Charbonnet more than Kyron Williams, if we're being quite frank. But 80. Let's see what we got on the defensive side of the ball. It hasn't been great. Not that anything's been great for the Houston Texans. Not that much impressive prospects here. Channing Tindall's been a phenomenal linebacker. You know, we might go reach out for Channing Tindall. He's extremely impressive, has phenomenal speed. Nakobe Dean gets a lot of hype on that Georgia defense. Quay Walker and Channing Tindall have been not equally as good, but very, very impressive. Channing Tindall really flashes with that sideline to sideline speed. At the Clemson game, a running back came out into the flat, and Channing Tindall, boom, right there, tackle right at the line of scrimmage. And that's when I kind of was like, oh my God, who is this kid? And he just kind of skyrocketed up since. Kobe Bryant's another guy that I really like. Very, very impressive cornerback for Cincinnati. Sauce Gardner gets a lot of the attention. Kobe Bryant's been really just as good. Looked good against Alabama as well. But looking at this depth chart, looking at the linebackers, there's just really nothing to really get you excited. Christian Kirksey's had an all right year, but Eric Wilson, Camus Gruger, I don't even know how to say that name. I think we can do better than that. So we're gonna go up and we're gonna get Channing Tindall here from Georgia. Sure up that, get faster at that linebacker position, get some sideline to sideline speed. Other linebackers I kind of like Damone Clark. I just wish he played a little bit more downhill. But I think Channing Tindall is going to really work out for the Texans. He's going to work out wherever he goes. I mean, you have the speed and the instincts that he shows on film. He's going to work out wherever. I really like his game. Again, those Georgia linebackers have a very easy job with how good that front four is for Georgia. They don't get many guards working up on them. Now we're starting. We got Brees Hall, so like we don't need to look running back. This is when I'd want to look running back. A guy like Zonovan Knight, a guy like Dameon Pierce they look good. We ended up going with Evan Neal and Mijai Sanders in the first two picks. I think you could start looking at some sleeper. If Smoke Monday falls, I think we should fire on him. He just flies around the field. He does fall. Smoke Monday's a guy that just a hard hitting safety, good range. He got kicked out of the Houston Bowl game for targeting on a block. He just loves contact. I think we're going to go up and get him. Terrell Bernard was the most impressive player during the Sugar Bowl when they played Ole Miss. Phenomenal. Go check out that whole Baylor defense was playing well. Terrell Bernard especially. We're going to go with Smoke Monday, though. From what I've seen, I haven't watched as much film as I'd like. He's got good range and he tackles well, and that's kind of what you look for in a safety. And so we're going to go fire on Smoke Monday here. And again, I mean, the Texans, it's not just like you're not trying to just find, you don't need one thing. You really just want to go and get the best players that you can and look to just kind of rebuild. That's why I'm kind of a fan of them trading down. If we had offers, I think I would have. There's just a lot of spots that you got to get better at if you're the Houston Texans, and getting as many draft picks and as many guys on rookie deals as you can. Find out which guys hit and build around that, I think is the move. Didn't get any offers, so we rode with Evan Neal. And we got a lock. We have a lock at left tackle now. Cole Turner's a guy that I like, man. Cole Turner's a guy that I like if he falls. Cole Turner's a guy that I like. Cole Turner Falls, very good length, very good contested catch. I think he only has like 7 drops on a bunch of targets. We're gonna see what else we have here. Jerry on Ely. If we didn't go, I like Jerry on Ely. I also like Hassan Haskins. We're gonna go get Max Mitchell. This guy is just people are sleeping on him. I think after Senior Bowl day for him, or Senior Bowl week, I should say. I think he'll be a day 2 pick, second, third round tackle. He only at 300 pounds. He's quite lean, very, very good feet, very powerful hands. I'm gonna go get him. And again, we're just kind of getting guys that we're gonna protect Davis Mills or whoever quarterback that we end up getting. Not necessarily in this draft, but whoever plays quarterback is going to be protected. And I wish we were able to get a little bit of wide receiver help. We weren't able to do that. We did get Breece Hall, who I think can be a 20-plus touch a game running back. Let's see who we got here. Do we have any sleeper wide receivers for us? Not really, man. We kind of missed the wave. Obviously there's a tier 1 wide receiver group with Garrett Wilson, Chris Olave, Drake London, Jameson Williams. I would throw Jahan Dotson in there kind of later on. Traylon Burks is certainly in that tier 1. Then there's a tier 2, like Jahan Dotson type guys. And then when you kind of after that, it's a little bit less exciting. We don't need a running back. Definitely don't need a quarterback. Let's just go to the big board here. See what we can get here. Josh Pascal, I don't mind. Sign Nelson. We've already gone offensive line pretty good. Zach Pickens, I like. I think he can give you some good pass rush help too. Former top 10 overall recruit at South Carolina. Hasn't lived up to that blue chip 5-star rating. That being said, he's been solid. Okay, I know who I'm going to get. I like this guy a lot. You're going to see him rise up boards. Greg Dulcich, tight end. Kind of like Brevin Jordan, but I think he's just a little bit more explosive. Definitely not a traditional blocking tight end. Great hands, very good separator. He has that traditional like good size speed combination that you want to see out of tight ends. He's just a little bit smaller. He's not like a Jalen Wademeyer who's a bigger tight end, but can separate, can run away from people. That's what you want. And when you're looking at these late round picks, get the guys who have the highest value here. And we might be done here. I think we're done. Yeah, I'm going to redo a Houston Texans draft. I think I especially want to do it whenever the news on Deshaun Watson breaks. I feel like we missed on some of the stuff that we wanted to address. I think it hurts when we didn't get any trade offer for that 3rd overall pick. We got one more pick. JT Woods had it fun enough. If you want to just go, JT Woods was phenomenal against Ole Miss in that bowl game. I think he had 2 picks. Mike Rose is just a staple Iowa State linebacker. He's got to have over 300 tackles in his career. Had 100 and something last year, 5 picks too. Jack Sanborn's another guy like that. Emeka Mezies is one of those big targets. Honestly, he's very similar to Nico Collins. I'm not going to go get him. See if you like any sleepers here. Not really, right? Not really. We're gonna go JT Woods. I mean, he was really, really, really good in that Ole Miss game. Great ball skills when you're having 2 picks. One was tipped. He took it to the house. Again, 7th round picks. Like you just gotta look for good value. Looking at our haul here, Evan Neal, lock left tackle. I'm happy with that pick. I kind of wish we got offers to trade down and get some more picks. Mijai Sanders falls to us in that early 2nd round. You're going to get a really good pass rusher, I think. Breece Hall, 3rd round. That was a great value pick. Again, I wasn't a huge fan of taking a running back that high, but when Breece Hall's there that early, you got to capitalize on it. Channing Tindall's a linebacker who flies around the field. I really like him. That's a good pick. Smoke Monday at safety. There's some other safeties I like. Leon O'Neal from Texas A&M. He's a good target for like late 3rd round. Max Mitchell's a guy that I think can be a legit, really good tackle. Needs a good pro day, obviously, when you're coming out of those non-power 5 teams. Greg Dulcich and JT Woods to round it out. Yeah, not a bad draft. I wouldn't say it's a great draft. This draft doesn't really excite me. I wish we got somebody to really help Davis Mills / whatever quarterback's going to be there. I guess it's going to have to be Nico Collins and Brandon Cooks for now. Once again, I appreciate you guys rocking with us, watching the mocks. We love doing this. It's a blast. And we'll be back with more mocks. We'll be back with more prospect ranking soon. Till then, peace.